In today's Insight, our continuing series looking at issues of cybersecurity and cyber war around the world. Espionage dates back to the very beginning of nation states, and it's being revolutionized at an unprecedented pace thanks to the digital revolution. CCTV's Jessica Stone joins us now with more. Jessica.
And Elaine, what I realized after spending the morning literally talking spycraft with a career FBI agent who has seen these changes up close is that the art of spying may never be as romantic and as dangerous as it has been in the past.
Ah, the good old days. Cold War cloak and dagger, celebrated in Hollywood TV shows like The Americans, about KGB spies living in a Washington, D.C. suburb doing what spies do. It's enough to make a former FBI agent like Peter Ahern nostalgic.
I've worn those things many a time, and believe me, it's that big, and you're trying to hide that on your body.
Even over the recording devices of yesteryear.
Well, now you probably can use something smaller than a cell phone, right?
Well, yeah,
or you
can.
Use your cell phone itself.
Yes, very possible.
Ahern and I recently toured Washington, D.C.'s International Spy Museum. Listening devices, once wired, are now wireless. The engineers who gave us glove guns have now given us drones. And the face of espionage is now faceless.
You can sit now at your desk in another country, as we've seen with some of our hostile intelligence services in China, Russia, and everything. You sit at your desk now, and you can steal the United States blind.
In 2001, Ahern oversaw the arrest and conviction of the Lackawanna Six, young Yemeni Americans who admitted they attended al-Qaeda training camps. The FBI uncovered evidence embedded in computer screen pixels. 13 years later, governments around the world have cyber commands.
I was trained as a spy in sort of the traditional sense of the word.
And former NSA analyst Edward Snowden has shown the world what cyber spying can do.
It seems to me spies probably look a lot more like Ed Snowden and a lot less like James Bond these days.
Well, it's no secret that the U.S. tends to get more and better intelligence out of computers nowadays than they do out of people.
Ahern says even sources and spies now have to create cyber covers, a social media identity to back up the false one. And for some time now, there have been government drills to prepare for simultaneous cyber attacks.
Your worst fear of a hacker is somebody that's bored. Well, why did you do that? So many times when you catch them, it's, well, because I could, and then you have to look at the motivation behind it and what they're trying to do. Is it state-sponsored?
That seems pretty difficult to guard against someone's boredom.
I'm telling you, this is a very, very difficult issue and will evolve. The question is how fast.
In the meantime, the vast majority of cyber espionage has put corporations in the crosshairs. Ahern says this type of spying is an impossible foe to defeat on every front.
So you need to decide what are your crown jewels of your company, your government agency, and make sure those are protected, rather than trying to protect everyone and every system.
So while James Bond and his gadgets have entertained us for more than a half a century now, the only high-tech hardware that future James Bonds may need is a laptop.
And Elaine, the International Spy Museum here in Washington, D.C. is looking for more space to feature the contributions of cyber spies, hackers, and even potential whistleblowers. But it is very hard to imagine that the people will come visit a room full of laptops. Of course, as we learned there, the cell phone could also be on display.
Very cool stuff. And as you mentioned, we are now entering a whole new world. Jessica Stone, thanks for that.